Yo, 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 welcome to Lavish Life Concepts Tuesday night mindset training call. And guys, I must warn you right now, I just drunk an awakened thunder. I don't know if drunk is a word, but it is crazy right now how much energy I got. And so excuse me if I tend to yell, scream, or make certain noises because I am like pumped up out of my mind right now. Haven't worked out in about 2 months, so this is just energy that I'm going to use to speak today. Hopefully I touch somebody's heart before I touch somebody's head. And if I step on your toes tonight, I mean to, because a long time ago before I got moved into action, somebody had to step on my toes. So I want to let you guys know that I mean this with the most love and affection as possible. Listen, if you guys hate me, but I make you a bigger bank account as well as you rank up, I just want to let you guys know that I'm okay with that. And one thing I want to do right now is I want you guys to give me, I'm going to unmute the line. I want you guys to actually give me permission to tell you the truth. If I could tell you guys the truth, just say, tell me the truth.
Tell me the truth.
Tell me the truth.
Yeah, tell me the truth.
Keep it 1,000. I know the truth. All right, perfect. This is what we're about to do. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the truth this night on this call. Hopefully you guys got yourself a pen and a piece of paper. Guys, I don't know if you heard the roll call, but we got people all the way from New Mexico to Canada on this line. So if people are from Canada calling in to get this valuable information, Lord knows I do not know what time it is up there, but right now it's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I want to give you guys these nuggets, and I definitely want to value you guys' time, but let's go in. Right now I want to talk to you guys about something that I've heard from one of my $1 million mentors. He called it the WIN formula. All right, we're talking about the WIN formula. That's W-I-N. We're going to show you how to win this evening. If that's okay, I just want you guys to let you know that we're about to go in. I'm telling you, I have the most energy I ever had in my life right now after drinking this Awakened Thunder. But let's start with the W. The W in win. What is the W? The W is you must be willing. Willing. W-I-L-L-I-N-G. I am willing to what? Learn. I am willing to learn. We call it the teachability index. All right? The teachability index means that you must be teachable and coachable. I'm going to show you guys that you got to be teachable and coachable. What is my willingness to learn times my willingness to change? Now you got to catch that. What is my willingness to learn times my willingness to change? All right? Like I said, if I step on your toes, I actually meant to. Guys, Charlotte told you guys to take notes. Now, prior to me actually getting into this stuff, how many of you guys actually went to go get a pen and a piece of paper to take notes? Please do not leave your mind up for, chance as actually saying, I'm going to remember all this. You got to write this stuff down, people. People who take notes remember more. And if they don't remember, they can actually go back and review it. If I had the lotto numbers right now and I was giving them to you, would you leave your mind a chance, or would you just write it down and go get your check tomorrow? That's the same value you got to put on this information, because information plus inspiration is going to equal compensation. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about this evening. If your willingness to learn is at a 10, I want to learn everything. I have a willingness to learn. If that's at a 10, remember, you have to multiply your willingness to learn times your willingness to change. Because if your willingness to learn is at a 10, but your willingness to change is at a 0, guys, you remember multiplication. 10 times 0 is still 0. So that means your teachability index is still at a 0. You will not become successful if your willingness to learn and your willingness to change is not at a 10. Guys, I was so hungry when I used to be broke. I was willing to learn as well as I was willing to change. I knew my mind got me where I was at, which was broke. So I had to learn new concepts, new teachings so that I can propel myself into a level of thinking that will produce a fruit that will change my life. All right? Now, what I want to talk to you guys about next is the I in the WIN formula. All right? The WIN formula. We're talking about the I now. The I in WIN actually has two meanings, two things, okay? Number one is the initiative. The initiative. People who win take initiative. They do things before they're asked or they're told. They just take the initiative. They move to action ASAP. How many of you booked your grand openings? Like the day you got started, you booked your grand openings. Your mentor told you to go ahead, download the game plan. You downloaded it, and in that game plan it says book your first few grand openings. How many of you took that initiative? Right then and there to actually book your grand openings? Because, guys, we already know that a business without a grand opening is not in business, so therefore how can you get business partners or even customers if nobody knows that you're in business? So what we have to do is move to take massive action right away. Take that action right away. Do not wait. Why are you waiting? Procrastination is like suicide on a payment plan. Hold on, let me back it up. Somebody didn't catch that. Procrastination is like suicide on a payment plan, okay? Because when you wait to do something, that very thing that you wait on is not coming to your life ASAP. And that's what we want. We all know that we've been broke a long time, so what are we procrastinating for? We just need to go ahead, put this stuff into action, take massive action right now. All right? The other I in the WIN formula is inspire. Inspire. You got to inspire yourself and other people. Inspire yourself and inspire other people. The people who inspire have the ability to trick people into believing that they are bigger than where they are. And that is powerful. My goal today on this phone right now is to trick you so that it will become your reality. I need to trick your mind and your heart to believe that you are bigger than where you are. And please understand that I mean this in the most positive way, simply because so many of you have been taught or told the wrong things, the negative things, and we all know that words are the seed to feelings. And feelings actually, when you feel some type of way, that's also what you act upon, okay? You become what you think about, and you must control your thoughts. When we say you become what you think about, somebody, my pastor actually, I love this guy. I'm telling you, I love this guy. He actually told me that you become what you think about, and what you think about, you speak. And so if you think broke, you talk broke. And in scriptures, it says that I give you life and death in the power of your tongue. I don't care if you don't believe in scripture or not. It's law, okay? I don't care what your beliefs is at this moment. I'm just letting you know that it's law, okay? If you don't believe in Jesus, he believes in you, okay? So don't worry about it. All I'm saying is that it's law. Just like the law of gravity, you don't have to believe it, but if you step off of a building, it will take effect. That's the same thing I'm teaching you guys this instant, all right? What you must control your thoughts. Now, thoughts come from 3 different places, guys. You guys got to understand this stuff. I spent 5 years of not making money, but I was researching the whole time. The past 5 years is where I made my millions. I'm just accumulating, and I'm going to collect them over here at Wake Up Now, all right? Thoughts come from 3 different places. Number 1, they come from your 5 senses. Every time you see something, you have thoughts. Every time you smell something, you have thoughts. You taste, you touch, you hear, you have thoughts. So your 5 senses, they create thoughts, all right? Next place where thoughts come from is the devil. And you can like it or not. It comes from the devil. And then the third place that thoughts come from is God. All right? Now, where is this thought coming from? You have to monitor all of your thoughts. Okay? So you'll know where this thought is coming from, so where you can take flight or you can fight that thought. All right, anytime a negative thought comes into my mind, I say cancel, because I don't want any negative seeds taking root into my mental space. All right? Inspired is what you put in you. That's why it's called inspire. All right? Your mom told you, or the computer teacher told you, garbage in, garbage out. They could have put that in a positive way as well and say positive in, positive out. So you have to monitor what you put in. So what you put in, it can take fruit. It can take root in you and produce a fruit. So where what comes out of you is positive. All right. What a man or woman wants, it shows up in their talk. All right. It shows up in their talk. Whatever they talk about is what they want. All right. But what a man or woman expects, it shows up in their behavior. I'm going to say that again. What a man or woman talk about, that's what they want. But what a man or a woman expects, that's what shows up in their behavior. All right? Reason why I say this is, guys, you can want. I can tell you right now all my goals and dreams. But if I do not show the action behind those goals and dreams, it tells you what I expect. Some of you guys on this call, you want it like nobody else's business. You want Founder 3 like yesterday. You want Founder 6 like next week. You want Global Executive in 2 months. However, what you expect out of life is not what your behavior is. You can show by your behavior that you do not expect to be Global Executive. You cannot talk yourself out of a situation that you behaved yourself into. I'm going to say that again. Guys, just listen to these nuggets. They're free. I'm not even charging you guys for this stuff. You cannot talk yourself out of a situation that you behaved yourself into. You can't talk yourself out of being broke. You have to behave yourself out of being broke, because you have to behave yourself into being broke. You follow me? All right? I want to let you guys know this is going to be a lot of heat, but, you know, with heat, the same sun that melts wax hardens the clay, all right? Take that how you want to. The same sun that melts wax, it hardens the clay. So whatever you have inside of you, this talk right now can melt you, or it can make you a hard person and actually make you produce a fruit. Therefore, you can have the rock-solid mental attitude to go out there, become a Founder 6, Founder 7, and promote those people to those positions in your success team as well. The end. We're going to talk about the end now. Never, ever, 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 ever quit. Never, ever, ever, ever quit. All right? November 1st, 2008 is the day I got into network marketing. That was my first day in my first company. Guys, I made no money for the first 5 months of me being in business, simply because the business that I was in, I had to pass a test before I even got my license to write insurance. And guys, let me let you know this. I refused to quit from day one. All right? I saw something that will be bigger than where my life was at that current moment. All right? So you got to refuse to quit. What your goal is, look at it and say it's possible. Now, this is I had a training from my mentor, Les Brown. Oh, my God, this guy is like next to the best motivational speaker in the world. You guys got to look him up. His name's Les Brown. He says it's possible. You got to look at your goals and say it's possible. People are living in poverty not because they aren't talented, but because they believe that they don't deserve more than what they currently have. I'm going to say it again. People are living in poverty not because they aren't talented or they not skilled, but because they believe that they do not deserve more than what they currently have. In the book, this book called The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson, it says, if you can distort a man thinking, you never have to worry about what he will do. If you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to worry about him seeking a low position, cause he will seek it himself. If you make a man feel like an outcast, you will never have to order him to go to the back door. He will go on his own, and if there is no door, his very nature will demand one. Guys got to take control of what you put in you and how you think. That's why Scripture reminds us, do not be conformed by this world, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Guys, when I wasn't making any money in my MLM career, all my people used to tell me, my network like my family and stuff like that, used to tell me, son, you're brainwashed. And you know what I used to tell them? You are absolutely right. I took my brain and I washed it from all that negative garbage I've ever heard in my life. Like, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job, so you can work for somebody else for the next 40 years. I washed myself out of that thinking. And guys, you got to do the exact same thing. Wash yourself from all that negative thinking. You know, I can say some things right now, and because it's so deeply enrooted into your subconscious mind, you can finish it before I even speak it. Like, money don't grow on trees. I'm not made of money. Money don't buy you happiness. All rich people are going to, I ain't going to say that because y'all already know what it is. But let's go. Let's keep it moving. Now, let's go. Everybody, this is what you got to do. Everybody, you got to sell yourself on new thoughts that you want, new desires of your heart. My mentor, Jim Rohn, says, borrow from the future for the present time. Look at where you are going, not where you are now. Look at where you're going, not where you are now. Borrow from the future for the present time. Or a lot of old people used to say, dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. And I always keep that principle in mind. But let's get you guys into some how-tos, because I took a poll real quick in the group me. You guys said y'all wanted a mindset. I gave you a little bit of mindset, but I definitely want to keep you guys on time. Real quick, let's go through some how-to stuff. Now, I know a lot of you guys, please forgive me, but me personally, I'm sick of seeing on Facebook people actually wanting to do different, they call them co-ops, like buying what we call leads and all that other craziness. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never bought a lead a day in my life, all right? Now, I don't have anything against that. If that's the way you want to build your business, go ahead and do so. But me personally, duplication rules the nation. If you duplicate, the biggest team that duplicates, that's the person who's going to cash the biggest checks. That's the team that's going to cash the biggest checks. Not everybody can cold call leads. All right? So let's talk about it. If you got your warm market list, and yes, I'm taking it old school to warm market, internet gurus and things of that nature, they say don't go to your warm market, whatever. Like, listen to them, have their results, look at their downlines, see how many people are having the same results that they are having, then come back and talk to me. However, we've been able to promote so many different founder threes just this week and last week. Big shout out to the NBA, the No Bosses Association. Those guys just promoted 6 to 7 different founder threes over the last 14 days, and they only been in the business about 20 days. So big shout out to you guys. Now, let's talk about it. Warm market. You're gonna set up your list. set up your list based upon talent. I want you guys to extract the talent out of your list. Do not go through your cell phone and write everybody's name from A to Z down in your cell phone. This is what we like to call a no-no. All right? Simply because, what if you got your names organized, and all of a sudden you got a Walter Woods that's going to be an all-star in your business, but you got to go through all the other people before you get to Walter Woods that's at the bottom of your list, right? And so what I want you to do is strategically write down this list, all right? Now, wait 1 second while I show you guys how to write down this list. you want to go and you're going to write down the top 5 people, you know that have influence. Top 5 people who you know that has influence. Next, you want to write down the top 5 people who you know that are party and club promoters, or they do a lot of events. You know, people who have contacts. All right. Next, you want to write down the people who you know that have personal power. That's people who are pastors, lawyers, doctors, you know, dentists, politicians, people of that nature. All right? That's what you want to write down. Next, you want to write down people who love you, owe you. Those people who love you and owe you, they cannot say no to you. All right? And what you're going to do is you're going to actually invite them to your grand opening. Yes, I said it, have a home party. Guys, I do not care if you have a small home. Understand this. If you want to have a big house, you got to start at the little house. Sell the dream that, hey, listen, I'm having this business opportunity meeting right here because over the next 3 to 6 months, you will not be able to find me at this address no more, simply because I will be a Founder 5, Founder 6, simply because we're on Project 5000, as well as I'm holding my grand openings just like I was supposed to, right? That's what you got to do. That is exactly what you got to do. Next, what you want to do is while you're inviting people to your grand opening, while you're inviting people to your grand opening, you definitely want to have a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency. All right? Reason why I say that is because people, if people feel like you need them in business, they will not be in business with you because they feel like you need them. And the last thing people want to feel is used. All right? And so what you want to do is you want to show value. This is some training. Go ahead. It's show value, take it away, but most importantly, be urgent. Show value, take it away, be urgent. All right? So if I was to call one of my business partners or potential business partners in on my list, what I would do is I would say, hey, Charlotte White, I do not have a lot of time right now. I'm about to walk into a meeting. I'm about to get on a conference call. I'm about to do something. But real quick, I wanted to ask you this. If I found a way to make a lot of money over the next 90 to 180 days, and it was above board, it was legal, and it was ground floor, would you want to know about it? And I'm going to listen to her answer. I've already told her I do not have a lot of time. So if she says, explain it to me or anything like that, say, hey, listen, I don't have a lot of time, but what I'm doing is I'm having myself a launch party, a launch call. I have a conference call going on that you can get on, or we have an event going on this Saturday, a Super Saturday event. I'm going to invite them to the presentation. All right? Would you want to know about it? She says, yes. What's up? All right, perfect. This is what I want you to do. Invite them to the call. Now, listen, this is where you show value already by saying that you found a way to make some money, some serious money over the next 90 to 100 days, 180 days. And what's going to happen is this. When you show value, you then take it away. Now, I do not know if you're going to even be qualified to work with us. One thing you want to know is people always, in psychology, people always want to qualify for something. All right? Now, I don't even know if you're going to qualify to work with us. And if you're not interested, don't worry. I'll scratch your name off my list, and I'll come back to you later. People do not like their names to be scratched off of any type of list, and people hate to be the last to know about something. All right? So you show value, you took it away, and you were urgent. And so you expose them and say, listen, so if you was talking about inviting them to a grand opening, say I'm having a grand opening at my house, I'm only inviting a select few people. That's what you call the fear of, the itch factor of I need to be in, all right? So I'm only having a select group of people over my house, these people are going to take, these are the people that I'm going to take to the top with me. All right? Be at my house Saturday at such and such time. That's powerful. That's a how-to on invite someone to a home meeting. Next is I'm having an exclusive VIP call. I'm only giving this number out to a select group, few people. After you say that, please do not post it on Facebook. They're going to know you're lying, all right? So just say, I'm texting this to you. Do not text it to anybody else, all right? I'm only having a select group of people on this conference call because these are the people that I'm taking to the top with me, and I want you on this call. You showed extreme value, and you took it away at the same time, all right? So that's a call. That's a lunch call. Lunch call, all right? And so when you're doing those things, showing value and taking it away, that's powerful. Invite them to the exposure. And then what you want to do is you want to get your expert, your upline sponsor. I don't want to say upline. I hate that word. Your sponsor or your success coach, whatever you want to use. Get them to validate everything that you're saying. So if you take them to an online presentation, you take them to the 5K calls that we're having every day, you take them to your launch party or your launch call, you definitely need a second voice, all right? The second voice validates what you just said, as well as they edify you. So I can say, listen, Charlotte White is definitely doing some damage in this business. She's one of our rising stars in this opportunity. She's definitely helping a lot of people get to Founder 3 just like she did. So now this person is no longer looking at you like Cousin Bobo. They're looking at you as in, okay, well, since you're working directly with somebody of such a high status or a high stature, I guess a little bit of that rubbed off on Charlotte. So now let me value Charlotte's opinion a little bit more than what I used to before I found out about this information of her being a rising star. All right? So that edification piece works so well, that's why we always have to edify. And if you do not know what the edification game, please go to youtube.com and search Lavish Life Concepts. I have a wealth of information that I've done for all our team, or everybody that's in one. Wake up now. We one family, all right? So anybody is allowed on our calls because I want everybody to win. I really want us to create the most six-figure earners than any network marketing company that's out there, no matter what team you are, all right? So getting back to this training. Now that you done had an edification and you had a second voice, that person can now put that prospect into your business. And if they can't put them into your business, then what they do is they invite them. It's called BAM FAM, BAMFAM, book a meeting from a meeting. So sometimes people just need to see it in person. A lot of people won't make a decision just off of the internet, just off of a telephone call. Some people just are people who do hand-to-hand combat, belly-to-belly, kneecap-to-kneecap, whatever you want to say. They need that physical contact to make a business decision. And so those people, you invite them to a live event, and some people just need to see it twice as well. They have a couple questions, and plus this is the power of home offline events. It's the power of seeing so many other people duplicated Director 3 as well as Founder 3. Success leaves clues. If you put somebody into an environment that's conducive for success, they are forced to take action because the environment that they live in outside of that conducive environment of success is not where they want to be in life, just being honest. All right? And the reason why some people, I just want to let you guys know this right quick. The reason why after some people do get in that environment that's so positive and upbeat and so much success, the reason why they actually go home and they get into what we call the witness protection program. That's somebody that's actually super excited. And then they be like, I'm going to get with you. I'm going to sign up today or tomorrow, whatever. And then they get with you, or they leave you, and they actually don't call you or don't talk to you no more. It's because they just left the positive environment and back into their old life because they just got into a car they didn't want. So all of that dream selling has now entered into, oblivion because they didn't get inspired inside and they don't know about this mindset training that we're talking about right now. Like, you got to literally put up pictures of what you want. And I promise you, after seeing it so long, you're going to be like, listen, the only thing that I'm focused on right now is this picture. You get what you picture. Put up pictures, all right? Now, talking about how-to stuff. Next, when you get somebody in the business, please do not just throw them in the business and see what they do on their own. Guys, you have to understand something. You're taking somebody from darkness to light, from employee to entrepreneur, okay? From having somebody tell you what to do to now thinking on their own. So guys, you gotta, I don't want to call it babysitting, but you gotta incubate them into a mature entrepreneur, all right? Because this is what happens, and I really do not like the leaders who sponsor somebody into the business, and then they just, once they got their 90 in volume, they pretty much say, well, go find out how to do it on your own. Somebody bought into your vision. If they bought into your vision, you owe them the responsibility of teaching them how to do it. You sponsor them. Don't sign them up. A sponsor and somebody who just an enroller are two different things. An enroller just gets people signed up. A sponsor gets somebody launched into the business and teaches them the tools, strategies, concepts, lavish life concepts, how to get to the next level of business, get sales promoted, and teach how to teach. Guys, when I was telling you to write down this stuff, I didn't tell you to write it down for your own good. I'm telling you to write it down so that you can teach somebody this. Always come from a position of learning on, I need to learn this to teach somebody else how to teach somebody else this. All right? Now that you got that going, you sponsor somebody in the business, you're showing them, you're taking them straight to onecheck2commas.info. That's onecheck2commas.info. You guys know how to spell it if you're on our team. That's WUNCHECK, the number 2, COMMAS.info. For those who are new on or guests on the line, that's one check with 2 commas in it. That's $1 million. All right? So that's where our game plan is. Go to Game Plan, download it, and you'll be able to see the 10-step formula to Founder 3 and how we're able to rapidly produce Founder 3s. Because, guys, honestly, it's not that hard once you do it. They say once you do a thing, you can teach a thing. All right? And so we put those 10 steps in place. Guys, get them done ASAP simply because you're creating your story. Your story can only be told once. You have one shot at creating your story. Just remember that. And so I will forever be able to say I went direct to 3 in a month. I took the slow road. But next month I went Founder 3. Then I got that check. I got that check and my belief went through the roof because I had to borrow Eric Turner, Seymour Green's belief because I didn't have my own yet. And then after I went Founder 3, they paid me that $700. I went immediately to Founder 4, made that $2,100. We went immediately to Founder 5, made $4,400. Went immediately, stayed at that position, $4,600 the next month. Then that, out of nowhere, Founder 6 just came into my life because I pictured it. That's when we made our first ever in the industry, over $7,100 in a calendar month. And that was powerful. One check. I prayed like crazy because I wanted God to make. I knew I was about to go to hell because I was just like, oh my God, they paid me this amount of money. I was like, God, please let me stay grounded. I had to hurry up and pay my tithes. I think that's how my pastor got in my business, actually. But anyway, let me show you guys this. After you sponsor somebody in a business, you take them to the Quick Start game plan. Then you take them to help them schedule 3 to 4 grand openings in their first 30 days. Reason why? We have a testimony of a guy who actually had a grand opening, and he got 3 business partners in his first grand opening. And so if that duplicates, that means he was a director 3 his first meeting. If it duplicates and everybody that got in, they brought 3, if that duplicated, that means you can go founder 3 in 2 meetings. And offline is so much better than online simply because you develop relationships with people. And when you develop a relationship with somebody, it's hard to quit on a friend for somebody who has my back, somebody I can call, touch, go out with, hang out with. You know, we can exchange beliefs because we have the same goal. It's hard to quit on somebody like that. It's easy to quit on a jerk that's not helping me on the internet. They're sending me videos the whole time. You know, that's what you guys have to do. Develop that offline game as well as that online game. And if you do not have leaders in your area right now, that's why you need to start getting into your warm market, people who are around your area. If you just moved into an area, that's why you need to call back your warm market that's in the previous area you just lived in, where you have friends at. Start a meeting over there and visit it every now and then once you get your vacation dollars, but have a close-knit team that's growing without you, and you can Skype in, Uvu in, Google Hangout, whatever you need to do. All right. So moving right along, because we're about to close this call, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a how-to training. But, guys, I just want to let you guys know this. You can have all the how-to in the world, but if you do not have a why-to, the how-to doesn't matter. See, you can have listen, people know how to lose weight. But we have so many obese people in this world. I'm about to be one of them if I don't start exercising. We know how to. Eat right, exercise. You're going to lose weight. It's the why to. That why to has to inspire you to take action. And so tonight, guys, I want you to develop a why to. I want a why that's so big it'll make you fly. Yes, I said F-L-Y. A why is so big that'll make you F-L-Y. You see, most people in network marketing say you need a why so big it'll make you cry. We don't need you crying right now. We need you flying. We need you taking off and ranking up and getting your life together. We don't need nobody crying right now. But we need for it to be so big to where if something happens to this why, the world stops. That's how big it needs to be. All right? So go ahead, get your why in place. So therefore, it can motivate and inspire you, because motivation is just like a 5-hour energy drink. It's going to, time somebody tell you no, it's going to wear off, and you're going to crash. All right? Get a why that's so big and make you fly. All right? Develop your why this evening. And, guys, I tell you like I know, everybody who plugs into Project 5000, guys, you should see how many people on this call right now. For those people who take action on this call, I promise you, Project 5000 will definitely be a success. It will definitely be a success. We got over 100 people on this call right now. So if you guys just go ahead, do this. Plug 10 people from now until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Guys, you got to understand how I just want to work right now. I don't have to do the Project 5000, but I'm choosing to work. I'm doing every single presentation, and I'm not using an old recording. I'm not using an old recording simply because, dude, I'm not doing anything anyway, so I need to work because the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. Guys, I got a son coming. I got my first baby boy coming into this world on April 27th. April 19th. I got my first baby boy coming into this world. So what I said is I'm going to work like a madman for the next 90 days for the next 90 days, I'm going to do over 270 presentations via telephone, and I'm going to do offline meetings, as well as I'm going to do trainings like tonight as well as Thursdays, because I need to work so hard to where when my son comes into this world, I'll be able to spend quality time with him. And guys, what I want you guys to know is this. I'm more willing to work with anybody that's on this phone that needs my help more than I've ever wanted to work with you guys. I'm hungrier now than when I was broke. Like I tell everybody, y'all know my story. I don't have to go there. But when I was on that table, I am more hungrier today than I was on my table. Because when I taste success, I don't get satisfied. I get hungry. And that's the same way you got to be when you taste a little success. If you recruited one person in this business, it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Just duplicate those efforts and teach somebody else how to teach. That way you got two of you working. And every time they recruit somebody else, you got 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to start growing by multiplication versus addition. And that's where you want to be at. So when you take your foot off the gas, like I'm going to take my foot off the gas in these 90 days and spend some quality time with my baby boy, and then get right back on it for another 90-day madman cycle. Because just like Eric Turner, I want this bad enough like I want to breathe. I want this bad as I want to breathe. You got to want it the same way, guys. This is DL Moneyman Woods, and I love you guys for life. All right? This call is officially over. Lavish Life Concepts. Let's go to the top because the bottom is definitely too crowded. Never look down on somebody unless you're willing to help them up. God bless.